Hello, welcome back and thanks for joining me. It's Judy from Thistledew Creations, and I'm here today with video number 3 of my Pastel Steampunk journal from Cheryl's Crafts. Asked me to do this collaboration where we print off a printable package and make something. We can make whatever we want. I decided to make a little journal. And so in video 1, we made the cover and put the pages in. In video 2, we put some pockets on some single pages. 2 pockets, this one and this one. And today we're going to do, there was a few pages that had white backs. So I want to get rid of that whiteness. And I've got 2 different pale inks, and I did some tests on this envelope to see how they would turn out. It's not quite as white, but I like this rose, and so I thought I would do, well, I like the background thing too, so I think I'm going to do a little bit of both. The pale color through this placemat stencil. I'm going to try to get mostly just the triangle pattern that's there in the background, not so much those curly cues, but I probably will get a few of them. So I'm just going to ink up here and just go all over. I might have to move my stencil around a bit. These tiny little pads, ink pads. I think they're from the dollar store. And I'm not sure how long they're going to last. A lot of ink on them. But they're good beginner ones if you're just sort of seeing if you like doing it. And I think this is going to give me a nice subtle background. Let's take a peek. Yeah, so I've got just some pink triangle shading there. This is quite plain over here, but I think that's where I'll put my roses. And so I just want to focus on getting a little more of those triangles right on the edge there. So where this was, I'll just move the stencil. And it's sort of all shady and blotchy, so it doesn't matter if the pattern is perfect. And a little bit right in here too. Get that there. Okay, so just sort of shady and moody the way the rest of the papers are is what I'm going for. And then the roses, I think I want them kind of coming from off of the page. I'm going to use the same blender. This is just a little bit darker, but I'm going to start in where like the center of the flower is, so that's my darkest spot, and then shade it out from there so you get that kind of shaded looking rose. And then same thing for this bigger one. Start in the middle and let it be quite concentrated color, and then use the rest of it up on the rest of the rose. Let it be a little paler. And then I'm going to go ahead and do those leaves. Now my favorite green for this is one that Wanda gave me. It's peeled paint from Tim Holtz. It's my only, other than my 4-pack of archival inks, it's the only Tim Holtz one that I have. So that I do a little pouncing, because I want them pale. And she gave me this dauber too, and I've been using it with that ink. And I'll do it up here too, at that edge. I'm not doing it out onto the other page. Just letting it fill that white page with a little bit of something. That's pretty. And I like that really pale background. I was worried that it was going to be too pale, but it's pretty. So that's one page done. I'm really thrilled with that. And the other blank page that I had was the back side of this. I'm going to do the same thing because I love it. I'm enjoying it, so why not? And it keeps sort of a theme going through the book. So here, do I want to do the same thing? Yeah, I think so. If it works, don't fix it. Now this might be start out a little dark. Let me just check. I'll just rub off some of that darker ink. And I'll just move everything up to get those spots where the scroll was. I was going to do this with gold ink, but my gold ink must have got some black mixed in with it and it was just looking gray. So that's why I switched to the pink ink. It blends in better with these pages anyway. And then just a little bit at the top and the bottom. And then all of those. And this time, I'm going to do these little rosebuds. As well. Them first. And this is actually a rose too. At least it is this time. And then my green. And there's not much green in this book. The green leaves, or the leaves on this, is more of a gray, but I'm going to allow these leaves to be green. Keep them light so that they're not overtaking the page. Could use something right here, couldn't it? Let's see here. That just sort of ends. Maybe I could add some more leaves here. There we go. It looks more complete. Oh, I really like that. Oh, oh, oh. Center of the book. There's another blank page that we need to do. So let's just do the same thing. I know you're probably tired of watching me do it, but that's what I want to do. So that's what I'm going to do. That's the great thing about this. Maybe here this isn't going to give me a good pattern. It's too dense, I've found. So I'm going to stick with what I was doing. Just these triangle spots and sort of fragmented. Kind of gives it a very natural look when you do that. Au naturel. Maybe I'll put the flower out on the edge this time. Or is that too different? I really do like this particular rose stencil. I have used it quite a bit. I'll do just a bit more darkness on these tips. And just a little bit of the green. I keep putting it away thinking I'm done. Line up. And I think I will put a few more leaves down here. Again, I liked the way that looked. Yeah. I really like stenciling. You know, when I used to try to stencil with paints, it never worked out for me, but that's the ticket. Using like inks and just a dauber is the way to do that. So there's another page that needs it. I figure if I do these steps, one per video, the videos aren't too long, and if you're interested you can watch, and if you're not, move on to the next one. I don't usually click on a video if it's an hour long, unless I've got a full hour or more to spend. But you know, another tip if you're wanting to watch the progress on a long project is to, if you're on your iPad at least, I watch mine on my iPad mostly, I just touch the screen on the right side of the video and it will go double time. Now, my voice will sound funny, or whoever you're watching, their voice will sound funny if they're talking. So what I often do is turn down the volume and use the closed captions to see what they're saying without hearing their chipmunk's voice. And that way you can get through somebody's video quicker if you're strapped for time. And it also is good if you're doing it sort of where other people can hear, then they're not hearing what you're watching. I have to do that a lot because my husband plays his videos quite loud, like oblivious to anyone around him. And so I often have mine practically muted with the captions on. That makes him sound like kind of selfish, but I think it's just that he can't hear very well. The same thing when I'm at my dad's. I'll be crafting and watching videos, and he'll come in and use his iPad and full blast. Chainsaws, cars, mostly cars with Dad, chainsaws with Brian. Loud, obnoxious videos while I'm trying to watch, you know, Carrie the Crafter or Brenda Clark or one of my favorites. So when we, sometimes we'll take our iPads to bed with us and we'll watch a few videos, and I'll just put my earbuds in so I can hear what I'm watching. It's a little darker. right. I am enjoying this immensely. I hope you are. So that's it for today's stamping or stenciling. I'll just do another quick little flip through in case you haven't seen the whole thing. So we've got lace on the front around the edges. That was to make the cover just a little bit bigger than the pages without cutting the pages down. Inside cover, I've got this clock, collage sheet. This is a pocket. Haven't figured out how I'm going to dress those up yet. We need a notch or something to indicate it's a pocket. And then here's what we did today. The stenciling gets rid of those white pages. There's another pocket. Another stenciled page. Another pocket. Center of the book. This is also a pocket. Stenciled page. I don't mind that I did them all the same. I think it adds some continuity. And it adds my creative touch, even though it's a stencil. But it adds my creative touch to the printable. Just however you put it together, adds your creative touch. So that's kind of fun to do. Mix it up a little bit. So thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have any questions, do ask them in the comments. I will try to link all of the information about Cheryl's collaboration in the description box. And if you have any other questions that you want to know what I'm using, do ask, and I will put the information for you in the comments and also add it to the description box for future watchers. So thanks very much. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Have a great day and happy crafting.